This closure is creating a real problem for residents who need accessible access.
We understand completely. We're expediting a solution this afternoon.
The metal shrieked louder than my alarm when the tow truck yanked my sidewalk ramp off the curb, and cold morning air rushed into my bare feet as I ran out with a coffee mug still in my hand. Orange hazard lights flashed in my driveway. It smelled like wet asphalt and burned coffee because it splashed down my robe when I froze. My mom's wheelchair sat at the front door, stuck on the little drop where the ramp used to be. The HOA president, a stiff blonde woman I call Karen with a clipboard, stood there with 2 board members. She smirked and said, "Ramp violates aesthetics. It's gone." I stared at the gap on the curb and then at my 75-year-old mother behind me. 22 days, she added, like it was a fun challenge. File an appeal if you want. I work long hours. I'm always tired. But that woke me up faster than any espresso shot. HOA seized my sidewalk ramp for 22 days. Too bad I am the state attorney who reviews disability access cases for a living. This wasn't just petty. It was illegal. The ramp was low, painted gray to match the sidewalk, approved by city code and paid for with exactly $820 from my savings. I tried to stay calm. This fight, I told myself, is about my mom getting out of the house without feeling like a problem. I started with what normal people do. I filled out the stupid appeal form. I sent photos. I attached the city permit from May 3, 2024. Then I waited. The board never answered. Days passed. My mom missed church. My nephew's birthday party happened on our lawn because she couldn't roll down to the picnic tables. I called the HOA office and got put on hold for 23 minutes. When someone finally picked up, they said, "The board is reviewing." Neighbors caught me in the evening, whispering in hushed voices at 9:00 p.m. at the mailbox. One said, "I'm so sorry. We're all scared of her. She finds people for lawn edges." I went to the next HOA meeting. They skipped my agenda item. Karen looked right past me. When I tried to speak, she banged her little gavel and said, "Out of order." My mom watched the live stream from home, and I could hear her sigh through my phone. That was my line in the sand. I promised myself I would not yell, not vandalize, not drag anyone online. I would use only the channels I tell other people to use. I sat at my kitchen table and started doing what I do best, building a case. I lined up photos, emails, and call logs in a binder. I printed the HOA bylaws, city code, and state disability rules. I wrote at the top in red pen, timeline item 1 April 5 at 4:27 a.m. false trespass call. Because, yes, that was the first time Karen called security on my caregiver for loitering in our driveway. Patterns of false reports can be prosecuted. That's not drama. That's law. I filed a public records request on the HOA with the county. 2 weeks later, the file landed with 63 pages on my desk, complaints, fines, and emails that should never have been written. The payoff came at the next open board meeting, held in the clubhouse, smelling like old coffee and lemon cleaner. The room was packed. Word had gotten around that something big was coming. I had already sent a quiet email from my work address to the city's ADA inspector and the state housing unit. I invited them to observe a potential pattern of discrimination. At 6:30 p.m., I walked in with my binder. 3 people in suits followed me and sat in the back. Karen started the meeting like usual, reading petty violations. Then it was homeowner complaint about removed ramp. I stood. No one knew about my job yet. I spoke slow, clear. I explained the permit, my mother's disability, the 22 days of forced confinement. Then I read their own email where Karen wrote, "I don't care what the law says." It looks tacky. The room went silent. A neighbor's phone came up to record. Then another. Someone whispered, "Oh my God." The ADA inspector raised his hand and introduced himself. The color drained from Karen's face. The city inspector calmly announced that the ramp removal was a violation of accessibility rules and city permit law and that the HOA could be fined thousands. One of the suits with me introduced herself as from the state attorney's office. I let them speak first. Then I said, very plainly, I am the state attorney assigned to review HOA enforcement practices in this district. We will be opening a formal investigation into selective enforcement and disability discrimination. Karen's clipboard slipped. People behind me started to laugh, not cruel, but shocked. Someone muttered, "Get her," but I didn't need to. The facts were already doing that. The video of that meeting hit the neighborhood Facebook group that night. Then it jumped to TikTok. Neighbors posted clips titled "HOA Queen Gets Dethroned and State Attorney Mom for the Win." Comments rolled in about overreaching HOAs and wheelchair access. The board tried to spin it, but they were hit with 12 official complaints in 3 days. The city ordered the ramp reinstalled within 48 hours. My mom rolled back down our restored curb and the sun felt warmer than usual on her face. Karen resigned as president for personal reasons after the insurance company refused to cover intentional law violations. The HOA had to attend training and update their rules. They even added a line about respecting accessibility devices. Now kids ride their bikes over the ramp and my mom sits outside, talking to neighbors who aren't afraid anymore. I sip my coffee on the porch and feel the quiet, lawful kind of peace you earn by doing things the right way. Please follow for more HOA showdowns like this. Do you think she got what she deserves? Comment below.